Hello everyone and welcome to Our Living Room, the talk show that welcomes people to come and chill and to also motivate us to carry on with our dreams. I'm Joy and I'm with these lovely ladies.
I'm Beata.
And I'm Victoria. Don't forget to check out our website, www.ourlivingroom.com, or you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Our Living Room.
Today, our special guest is an actress, choreographer, director, producer. She was nominated for several BAFTA awards in 2011, and she won 2 of them. And she also runs her theatre company called Hearts. Guys, I'm so excited to introduce you to Ann Akin.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
We've brought a
Would you
lovely
like
blanket for
me
you.
Gosh.
Feel at home. This is your home.
This is really something.
And some biscuits and sweets on the table.
Help yourself, you're hungry.
Gosh, how cozy.
Thank you for joining us today, Anne. So you have made a lot of appearances in TV programs, but to make a better understanding to our audience, can you tell us what's your current work?
My current work, I'm in J.K. Rowling's new TV show, The Strike series, where I play a lot of police women. So I play a detective, D.I. Quenzi. That comes out next month, the end of next month. And I also, watch it now. BBC One and HBO. And I also, this year, I'm in Michael Caine's new movie, The Hatton Garden Robbery, A Night in Hatton Garden, playing a DC, an undercover police officer, and that comes out towards the end of the year. And I also have my first ever one-woman show that's being produced, and I go into rehearsal for that next month.
Wow,
And
exciting.
you also played a policeman, I think, in Humans.
In Humans,
I love
yes, and Cold Feet. Yeah, I mean, I do play other things, but that seems to be my thing at the moment.
So for those that didn't actually know, Anne actually studied here at the University of Bedfordshire. Now, Anne, can you tell us, how does it feel to be back here? What memories did you make?
I mean, do you know what's really interesting is I left over 10 years ago now, about 10 and a half years ago. And I think what's really, in life in general, when you're trying to pursue anything, it doesn't matter what it is, it could be just a family or a career in whatever field. I think the pursuit of it makes you forget how far you've come. And the great thing about coming back, I do come back, this isn't my first time back since I left, and it's amazing that Rachel brings me back to work with the students. But I think the amazing thing about coming back is it does bring home to me how far I have come, because it's really easy to forget because you're constantly in pursuit. And the thing about being in pursuit is that you're looking forward, and we're told all the time never to look back. And that connotates something negative sometimes, but actually there is something great about looking back, because it makes you really appreciate the journey and really appreciate what you have achieved. So for me right now, that really resonates, because I can have moments, or I am fiercely ambitious, which is fantastic, but also can be detrimental to my self-esteem sometimes, because I forget that I've achieved an astonishing amount in 10 years. Not just as an actress, because that is great and I've done great things, but setting up and running my own company, I'm very lucky to have forged my career in such a way, and to have the position in the industry that I have. And the birth of that came from when I was here.
Oh, so did you realise you wanted to be in the part of the industry when you was at university?
I mean, I knew I wanted to be in the creative industry when I was about 10. So university didn't necessarily, I was one of those really strange kids that at like 4 was an adult. And, so I always knew, but what university did, I had a fantastic lecturer called Margot Annette, who is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And Margot was the person who really told me, narrowed in, as you mentioned, I do this and I do that, and I'm so curious, and I'm like this perpetual student, I always want to learn something. So when I came here, I didn't know. I knew that I wanted to be in the field. I was predominantly a dancer actually when I came here.
Oh yeah.
Even though I did music performance, I didn't
know that.
Yeah, I was predominantly a dancer, and I had this dance group that I used to run at the university, and a lot of the girls that danced for me were from Beds. It was called Divine Techniques, DT. And I used to choreograph music videos and some of the fashion shows here and stuff. And that's what I actually mainly wanted to do. But Margot sat me down and she said, you're an actor,
Wow.
and you should go to drama school. And I was a bit like, I don't want to. No, you're not my mum, you know, all that stuff. But she actually really focused me in on
this direction.
Yeah, and you know, she really weighed me. She put a weight in me that made me try to formulate what my plan was, or the exact path that I needed to go on. So, you know, that was a great thing that came out of being
It's
here.
amazing how huge influence.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone needs a Margot, is all I'm saying, because she is just the epicenter of what makes me brilliant.
Your play Conversation of Love was amazing.
Thank you.
And was really amazing.
Made me cry.
Yeah.
So emotional.
Was
I told you
amazing.
before, yeah.
And was nominated for several BAFTA in 2011.
Such a long time ago.
Mes Amis. And was Best Writer in 2011. And the show won Best Theatre Production.
It did,
That's amazing.
Thank you.
What did this make you feel at the time? Because personally, I would call my mom directly.
I mean, my mum was there and she invited like everyone to the award show. Like there were people I didn't even freaking know. I was like, Mum, I don't know this man. That's a joke, but she did invite everyone. She was very, very proud. My mum doesn't live in the country. She lives in Nigeria, so she also... Can you imagine if I didn't win? Can you imagine?
Wow.
Oh,
Sorry, Mum, you
Always
can go
the
home now. She did. I mean, the thing is it's so interesting you saying that. Oh, gosh, because that's such a long time ago. But it was... that play changed my career. It changed my life. And that sounds so grand, but it did. So it was life-changing to win these awards, because I suddenly realised that within my career I don't have to wait. I have control. You know, being a performer or even, you know, any kind of freelancer, whether you're a writer or a producer, which I now I'm lucky enough that I'm doing all of these things, is that a lot of the time you kind of feel like you have to wait for the audition, or then you go for the audition, you're waiting to hear back, and all of that, you know, type of drama that comes with the good drama. But what writing that play taught me is that I don't have to wait, and I can do it myself. And by doing it myself, I managed to create, I managed to bring into my grasp some really fantastic opportunities, and it genuinely has changed my career. It did change my career. So it was an overwhelming feeling, but one that was really empowering, actually.
Now, we was wondering, what do you watch in your living room?
What do I watch?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so revealing.
Yeah.
Gosh, what do I watch? Okay, so I'm like a humongous geek, right?
Okay.
I mean, I don't look like a geek, but I am. I mean, what does a geek, that's such a weird thing to say, what does a geek look like? Me. So I really love documentaries. At the moment, I'm quite obsessed with documentaries. So on the weekend, I was watching... Sorry,
Come on, tell us.
I'm so awkward. On the weekend, I spent the weekend just watching documentaries.
Yeah.
And I watched one on, I'm quite fascinated by like the 1950 jazz musicians. So I was watching one on John Coltrane.
Okay, yeah.
And I'd recently watched one on Lee Morgan, who was a trumpeter. And then I was also watching...
Tell us, come on.
I was watching a documentary on what the secrets of underground London and what lies underground. Not like the London Underground. There was parts of that, because I'm fascinated by disused underground stations, and so I was learning about Churchill's bunker, his underground bunker that he had. I was learning about the biggest subterranean river in London is the River Fleet, and it runs from North London all the way to the River Thames. I was also watching a documentary on Martin Luther. So Martin Luther King was his original name was Michael King. Yeah. And his father learnt about this German theologian monk called Martin Luther, who revolutionized the Protestant church, and then he changed his name to Martin Luther. So anyway, you know, that's the kind of stuff that I watch in my living room is documentaries.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's up, you know, next? What's coming up next?
What's coming up next is my play and
Yeah.
the shows that I'm in.
Mhm.
And I currently produce a new writing festival with the Lyric Theatre in Hammersmith. That's what I'm currently in the office doing.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in. and
We don't have
today. Thank
much
you so much
time.
for joining us. Thank you. That's all we have time for.
Remember, if you want to watch this interview again, please visit our website www.ourlivingroom/replay.com. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Gosh, guys, you didn't get to ask me anything. Sorry.
We didn't ask half the questions.
Was that 10 minutes? That was not 10 minutes.
Yeah.